I don't dive in it too much because
Yeah,
it's a whole cycle of relationship pain.
They're like that annoying couple that's always just y'all just stop. Get off the phone. Just get
yeah.
somebody
Just
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 stay phones.
they got that Malcolm and Marie. Well, probably 10 times worse than that.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
they
See,
definitely.
Malcolm,
10 times
yeah,
worse.
they 10 times worse than that.
It's,
No,
Always
it's,
arguing and stuff like always going. What? Just stop. Just stop.
as far as that same dude that said when he had a kid, he didn't realize how much hard work it would be.
Oh my God.
yeah, that was crazy, bro. I said, what is what the fuck?
These people here.
I,
Welcome to the Just Acting Up show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Joffy, and don't forget we got Big Chris up in the building. Chris, say what's up to the people, man.
What's going on, y'all? I'm here. I'm good. I'm still living. What's the word?
What's up? We in this thing in there like swimwear. And we got Mike up in the building. Say what's up, Mike.
what's going on, people? What's going on? Sleepy, need coffee.
Ooh, what's up in that cup, man?
Yeah.
Oh man, we just got through with 713 today too. So man, but we ain't got no lean, no purple stuff in our cup, man. We're trying to get some coffee, maybe some Hennessy, no, we ain't gonna start off like that early in the morning. But coming to the big stage, what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about a lot. We're gonna talk about this, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the Haitian president. What's going on with that? More news on the Just Acting Up show, and what else we got going on? We got the child tax things going on, man. I don't hear nobody say F them kids anymore. We're gonna talk about that as well. All that and more on the Just Acting Up show. Y'all stay locked in. We are in the big stage, man. So it's a lot going on in the world. So we're gonna talk about this first. So we talked about this on the show not too long ago about the child tax credit. So of course they're talking about, everybody want to know when we get the stimulus, I'm going to be stimulate my bank accounts. So, but the government don't know about all that right now. So put a pin on that. But if you got some kids, you just might have qualified for the child tax credit of 2021. So,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
I just read they said it's not likely to get another stimulus. They won't know, but they said the economy is getting better, but they also the cases have went up. So
Mm.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Can I borrow somebody's kids?
I know somebody, baby daddy, said, "Hey, let me go ahead and hold Junior on my account. I know I haven't been there in his life for a good minute, but yeah, let me go and get him real quick so I can pay you back your money."
Listen, it's just one. We just got one over here, but shout out to the people that got six. Oh my god.
Got a full starting lineup. You pulling people, man, off the bench like a six man.
Man, shout out to the ones that got six kids, bro. They
Man,
rolling.
somebody was busy. Somebody was busy. I know some of y'all out there busy during the quarantine now too, man. I know y'all like, man, y'all got locked inside. Them good happy relationships.
Shooting up the club.
Shooting up the club, just shooting it up, just bow,
Not even
bow.
Kansas.
Just shooting up. Yeah, just bow.
Listen, I'm Doc Holliday with it. I'll be your Huckleberry, just
Yeah.
bow. So, but man, reading this article, it says, did you get the first child tax credit payment yesterday? Millions of parents are eligible for up to $300 per month. And some families get up to $3,600 per kid between advance payments and next year's tax refund. But it all comes down to the income and age requirements to see how much you'll get. Even if you receive, just reading that, if somebody heard about this and they start shooting up that person club, your child don't hit that age requirement. I'm sorry, I'm getting.
But it'd be a little bit too late. You gotta wait 9 months.
I mean, hey, let me see what the requirement says. So it says even if you received a check yesterday or one is on the way, it's best to see if you qualify for money sooner rather than later. If you're not eligible for the money but still collected, you may have to pay it back during tax time. Woo! Read the fine print.
Hmm.
It says here how it works. Parents with an income of less than 150,000, married and filing jointly, will get a max of 300 for each child under the age of 6. Okay. And 250 for each child ages 6 to 17 in monthly advance payments through the end of the year. The other half of the money will be a part of your tax refund in 2022. Families with higher incomes or with older dependents will get smaller payments. All in all, the extra money is a big relief for parents. President Biden spoke to the child tax credit in remarks on July 15th. This can be life-changing for so many families. Biden said this would be the largest ever one-year decrease in child poverty in the history of the USA. So it says keep reading to see how to check your eligibility for advanced child tax credit payments. We can also show you how to use ID.me to manage your payments and explain how early payments might affect your taxes next year. We also put together details on the third stimulus payment and the latest update on a fourth stimulus check. This story is updated frequently. Okay, so and that's that. So yeah, Mike, whoever is getting all excited thinking you're gonna get that payment, like you said, read the fine print, double check and make sure that you do qualify for it. So you might want to, take your time out and check into that before y'all do anything too hasty.
Or else.
Or else.
Or else.
It's cheaper to keep her. or maybe it isn't. I'm just saying, man, like when they drop the PPP loan thing, people get too quick and too hasty, man. Read the fine print before you do anything, before you get too big-eyed and everything.
But have anybody went to jail besides the millions? I'm saying for 20,000 or 10,000.
Oh yeah, I think so.
They have?
I'm sure.
I haven't heard nobody.
That's like fraud, right? That's pretty much like wire fraud almost.
Probably because they all in jail.
I'm like, hey.
They ain't heard from because they may have not had a high number, but that's still fraud. At the end of the day, that's why it's illegal.
Somebody got.
A crime for sure.
It's like, well, I haven't heard from anybody. Shit, I should have got one.
We all in jail.
Somebody tried to explain to me they plan to actually use it and then flip the money, and then they say they'll be able to pay it back. I'm like, that's not plausible.
I heard that same concept.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna get this money, flip it, make the money real quick, pay them back, then I'll be good.
Okay. Things happen between that time,
Life happens.
Yep.
You're like, man, these bills, let me go ahead and pay this off. And this company, let me pay this right quick. Next thing you know, you already down 10 for you.
The mall happens. Happens. Prospect Park on Friday, Saturday nights happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uber Eats happens. You know what goes through your money a lot? Uber Eats and DoorDash. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I need a deep dive on my budget last year during COVID. And I was like, I need to make some changes in life.
Man. Yeah. It's getting real out here, man. For real. Moving on and moving forward. More news about the Haitian president, man. So y'all be keeping an eye on that? What's going on over there in Haiti?
It's just too much.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
They said Americans was a part of it, or some Americans was a part of it, or
man, it's a lot going on with it, man. So many rumors, and so what they're doing right now, it says what I'm reading from this article, it says the U.S. is sending senior FBI and DHS officials to the Port-au-Prince as soon as possible to assist with the investigation into the assassination of the Haitian president, Jovenel, sorry if I butchered that name, Moise. The White House said Friday In response to the Haitian government's formal request for assistance, the United States remains engaged and in close consultations with our Haitian and international partners to support the Haitian people in the aftermath of assassination of the president. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, I think that's how you pronounce that last name, said at the press briefing. However, the U.S. has no plans to send military assistance at this time. White House officials told NBC News on Friday afternoon amid reports that Haitian officials had requested troops to secure critical infrastructure. An FBI spokesperson said the agency is working with the U.S. Embassy in Haiti and law enforcement partners to determine how to assist with the investigation.
Sorry.
Whew, so it's a lot going on over there, man.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in. How did they even get that close to that guy? That's what I don't understand.
Man,
Inside job gotta be, right?
It gotta be an inside job.
Has to be. Man, it has to be. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to keep a close eye out on it to see what all goes in on it, because dealing with some stuff, different countries and overseas and all that stuff, man. It's always.
Well, we can't fully say if
Yeah.
they said Americans was a part. I don't know how true that is. I don't want to be no one to throw any rumors.
Right.
Because it's so many conspiracies with it. Like I'm watching a video right now, and they got all these people detained, and it's something about the vaccine. I didn't heard that before, and I heard it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot, and like you said, Mike, we don't want to put the wrong. We want to get all the facts straight, right, before we say anything, because don't come at the just acting up. So we just no.
What you talking about?
Right?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of everything surrounding by this situation. Like I told you, James, earlier, this is going to be a great documentary. Or it's the truth is going to come out. It's going to come out. It really is. But
it is. Yeah, Tom Clancy and whoever else does films like that. You facts straight first, because I don't want nobody coming at me when I ever do travel overseas and they give you that stank eye, like, yeah, that mother over there that just spreading lies about our country and our place. So yeah, it get real over there. Real. You think it's real over here in the U.S. with killings and everything else? Over there,
Haiti has always had it bad. Like, and then back then, Haiti was the most richest. There's a lot of things that were stolen from them.
Very true.
A lot of things, yeah. So, R.I.P. to the president of Haiti,
Richard Sherman. Please not get. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to the article real quick before I. So, we all know Richard Sherman. He got out now, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's out now.
Yeah,
he's out.
Yeah.
And he just released a statement about being deeply remorseful after the arrest. Have you seen the video?
I have not seen the video yet.
Yes, man.
He's trying to take that door down.
Yeah, Richard was on one. He was coming after his father-in-law. I don't know what was said, but he said, "Come out, you come out then."
God, dog, Richard.
Shout out to the father-in-law for being cool, calm, and collected, because
bro, yes, because the father-in-law had a gun.
Right.
Yep.
That could have went a whole nother way.
Yes, it could. It could have been very tragic this week. Big time.
It really could.
Was he drunk or something?
I think he's been dealing with a lot of depression. From what I gather from listening to Undisputed, and yeah, I think he's been dealing with a lot of depression. He sent like messages to other people in his circle saying that he was going to kill himself, he was going to hang himself, and he was drinking. And then he went through like a construction site and he destroyed his car, but he managed to make it back home. And his kids and his wife was at the father-in-law's and her sister, and he was mad. He was tearing that door down. It was God was working that night, because man, that could have ended so bad, because the father had sprayed mace him, and he still was coming through at the door, and he had it cracked just a little open, and the father-in-law had a gun. He had a gun. But like I said, man, sometimes you gotta use this before you use that, and the father-in-law used that. So
very, very true. So reading it, it says, of course, we all know what he has, or for the viewers who don't know what took place, according to documents filed by the King County Prosecution Attorney's Office on Friday, the charges include 2 domestic violence counts, criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, and malicious mischief in 3rd degree, along with resisting arrest, driving while under the influence, and reckless endangerment of roadway workers. The charges are all misdemeanors, punishable up to 90 days in jail, or gross misdemeanors punishable by up to 1 year. Sherman appeared with his wife, Ashley Sherman, at his arraignment before King County District Court Judge Lisa, not going to say her last name because I can't pronounce it, on Friday in Seattle. His next scheduled court date is a parental hearing, I can't even talk right. His hearing on August 13th. So yeah, he got a lot going on, man. So I hope he gets the help that he needs. I mean, it's a lot with it, man. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So
yeah, man. That brother gonna need some help.
But shout out to all his support system. His wife is still behind him.
Yeah.
Behind him, and John Lynch is the general manager of the 49ers. He's behind him too. He's gonna, make sure he gets some help. So it's ending in a good note.
Yeah.
Because we know how these NFL players, man, how it ends, and it ends tragic. So
yeah, very tragic, man. And in other sports news, of course the NBA finals are still going on. It's tied 2-2 with the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. I think the next game is, I want to say it's tonight, but I know this show will air, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, might be wrapping up soon. Just all depends on how it all goes. It's gonna be a game. Might be game 7, might be game 6. We'll see how it goes.
Right.
So, and with more basketball news, the NBA draft is right around the corner. So shout out to the Houston Rockets. Please make the right decision. Please. My sports sanity can't take it no more. I am as world. We ain't gonna worry about that. Texas they going through whatever. They need to heal for a long time. But in other news, the rumors about Damien Lillard, there's trade rumors coming up. And I know they talked about that on Undisputed. So, which I'm looking at where Shannon was talking about it, which we all been talking about it. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, there's not the 90s anymore. It's not the 80s anymore where it's saying, now I want to be loyal to one team. It gets to a point where we're like, no, I'm tired of what's going on. We're going to force out. I mean, we're trying to win. I mean,
I was hoping he'd put Houston on the list. I know that was a long shot, but
wouldn't that be nice?
Bro, the Rockets gave it all up. They're not gonna have anybody drafting anyone soon because they gave away a lot of draft picks, right? Or am I wrong?
They actually have like 2, 3. I know they have one early. They have the number 2 pick, which is good. But there's rumors going around saying that they're trying to make some moves so they can get the number 1 pick. I don't know if they're trying to have both the number 1 and the number 2. But I'm looking at it to where I'm not in the front office, but I'd say just stay put where you at unless you're trying to swing it and get the number 1 and number 2. I don't know. But they have that one, and I think they have 2 late round draft picks as well. So they can clean up. And they're in a rebuilding mode. So we'll just see how it goes. So I'm intrigued. I want to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
So
we shall see.
We shall see.
Yeah, shall see. So that being said, move on to more news.
Well, no, back to Damien Lillard. What team is he going to play with?
Back to him. I didn't get a chance to see what is on his list, but of course he wants to go to a contender, and of course he's gonna want some help.
I saw the Lakers. I saw Golden State.
The Knicks was on that list too.
Yeah, the Knicks. The Knicks.
Miami, yeah. The Knicks in Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, the Knicks did pretty. The Knicks did pretty. I mean, they did pretty good. They surprised a lot of us this year.
He's saying if he can't play for a contender, might as well be in a nice city that because when you think about the cities, New York, L.A., Miami, Golden State, those are nice cities. And then you think about Portland, no, nothing against Portland, but that's Seattle, right? Is that Seattle?
Oregon.
I mean, compared to Miami, compared to LA, compared to New York.
Here at the Just Acting Up show, we don't know where the states and capitals and all that is. We've been out of school for a while. So.
We have.
Yeah, we got our phones to find that for us now.
Yeah. School system has failed us all. No, man, but yeah, I mean, I understand it, man, because it gets to a point where, you put in all this work with your organization, and you're saying, hey, I'll get the money, I'll get the bread, but how can we win? Because I want that trophy, I want that championship. That's what you gain. Not too many people get into. Well, I mean, you do have your ones that get in there just for the money and the fame. Right. But the real ones that's playing it, they're like, nah, I want to go down in history as a champion. I don't want to listen to those other ones that just didn't do this. So,
if he goes to the Lakers, the West can shut it down. I can see Dunk. I can't see nobody stopping him.
Man, this probably all the power probably gonna shift to the East, probably.
I think LeBron, when he retired, he's going to be the only player that's going to be able to swing so much star power his way. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be it. I can't see anyone else. Maybe in the near future, maybe. Mm-hmm. But it's like LeBron was just so much of a sensational player in high school, and to the pros is like. Ever since he was 18, people wanted to play with him. Yeah, he lived up to the hype. And it's like ever since he was 18, they wanted to play with him. The pros wanted to play with him because they knew it. And it's been like that for years. So I can see Damien going to the Lakers. Actually, I can see that happening.
I can see it happening. So I understand. I'll be mad. Well, because I'll say it like that. I would be mad if my Rockets were in a contending and not rebuilding. You rebuilding, I'm like, okay, cool. But if you're able to contend, like the whole little Golden State situation, I want my team to win. I want to stop. I don't want to go against these hard teams that with the Kevin Durant and everything. God, no, I want to win. So yeah, we'll see how it all. It's gonna pick up real quick and soon, especially during the draft, and free agency is going to be right around the corner too. So it's going to start getting hot up in the NBA real soon. Make it hot.
Yes, sir.
Make it hot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we about to get into the Critics Corner. Stay locked in. Did you see Space Jam? Did you like it? Everybody get up. It's time to finger roll. That they don't do finger roll. Yeah, finger roll. Step back, shoot the J. So we're going to talk about Space Jam. And there's another scary series that's about to break out on TV. All that and more on the Just Acting Show. Welcome to the Critics Corner, where we sit back and talk about what's going on in television, movie, music, the entertainment industry as a whole. So we're going to go ahead and get into this because I finished watching. Did y'all finish watching Space Jam?
No.
You didn't watch it?
Okay. No, I haven't seen it.
Gotcha.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it, Chris?
I did.
Yeah.
How did your overall review, you guys?
My overall review? I enjoyed it, man. I like it. Some people are bashing it, like people gonna do what people do. But I'm looking at it to where it's like, are you looking for like an Oscar-worthy performance from some cartoons and people that play basketball?
Right.
Come what all do you want?
I think it's the LeBron haters more than anything.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. But then not a lot of movie critics, they watch, sports. Wouldn't even care about sports really. But they trying to compare Michael Jordan to LeBron. It's new legacy. It's LeBron. LeBron Space Jam 2. They might do a Space Jam 3 with some future All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it's a little bit of shade in there because of LeBron, but I haven't personally seen it because I've been so busy this weekend. It dropped last night, or was it Thursday or Friday? Well, one of those days.
Friday, yeah.
So I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and see it, but I'm not expecting it to be like Casablanca or or The Godfather or anything like that. It's a cartoon movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was well written. Storyline was good. I like how they really incorporated the WB franchises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about, Mike. But they incorporated a lot of the everything with the WB. I like how they incorporated that because I was looking into like, oh, whoa, like you know what I'm saying? Like they really incorporated a lot of different elements, and and then one of the characters got bars. I didn't know he had bars like that. I'm gonna say. I didn't know he had bars like that.
That was hilarious. It was good, man. It had some good moments, man, and I enjoyed it, man. I would say that early on in the film, it was little cringeness with the way how they're acting. But I was like, I'm not expecting. I mean, if you go back and look at the very first Space Jam, come on now.
Yeah.
And so if like very early on, it was like that type of their type of emotions with the way how they dropped their lines. But I was like, okay, I was expecting it. But then after Sonequa Martin Green from The Walking Dead, who played as Sasha on The Walking Dead, uh, when she comes in, then that's when I guess you can say, I guess that's probably when the director said, hey, y'all, y'all acting a little bit, turn up a little bit more of a notch. So they're reacting the way how they drop their lines and everything. It started flowing well. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, but like I said, I wasn't expecting no Oscar-worthy performance. I liked it for what it was, and it was a great cartoon. So enjoy that stuff, man. It's cool, man. Cool for the kids to watch. So.
Yeah, and then one of the critics said that this Space Jam is not for your old ass. I seen a review. That was in bold print. This Space Jam is not for your old ass.
Man, that's what I'm saying, man. Like people always hating on something, man. Just shut up and enjoy it, or just sit back and turn it off or something. Damn.
Exactly.
And Don Cheadle did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I think all of them did a great job. I enjoyed it. Granny got down. So I mean, hey. Oh man. So moving forward. Did y'all get a chance to watch Black Widow?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Mike, what you thought about it, man?
Man, I thought it was good. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It ended kind of, for me, it was like, but Chris haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna say anything about it, go into details about it. But I didn't find nothing wrong with that movie. I don't understand why a lot of critics. I don't even check. Critics is on that dumb shit. They fucking just. God, critics ruin up shit. They try to discourage you big time, bro. It's like, come on, man. Space Jam with LeBron and Bugs Bunny. It's a fucking cartoon. And then here come Black Widow. Like, we haven't had a Marvel movie. We didn't have Marvel's TV shows, but we haven't had a Marvel movie. All last year we didn't have a Marvel movie. Now we got a Marvel movie, and it's like, oh, ungrateful ass motherfuckers.
Did you not see the last two?
Dang, man. Just finished up Loki and all that. And before we get to Loki, I'm like, man, I'll tell you one thing. I'm about to learn a little bit more about stocks and buy some AMC stock because it is like it's just steady rise.
I should have bought in when I had the chance.
Oh man, I'm about to get up, man. I'm telling you, I'm like, dude, let me get in on this. But yeah, Black Widow was good. I enjoyed it. Great film. Shout out to Scarlett Johansson with your fine. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I know she married. I'm sorry. I'm leave her alone. Florence Pugh. She's a great actress. Everybody and Rachel Weisz, I think, or Weiss, I think that's how you pronounce the name. David Harbour, who played as the Red Guardian. Everybody did such a great job, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. So, moving on to Loki. I still want a Loki Gator just for the hell of it. I still think it's the hat thing. I don't know.
I have not seen that yet.
Well, all I'm gonna tell you is, Mike, I seen the meme, and what we did learn. This is not spoiling it, but we did learn that the TVA is a black-owned business. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Oh Lord. What? You mean to tell me something that's dealing with black folks in time? Black folks in time? What?
Like what? What? Oh my!
You know it's a black-owned business because when you got a dude named, he's not named King, he's named Kang.
Kang. Kang.
You know, we always got to put that A on it.
I'm the King of Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah.
That's why I'm the King around here. That was hilarious.
It'll make sense once you watch it.
I got you.
Yeah. Once you watch it, man. But yeah, it was good. Tom Hiddleston, man, who plays as Loki. Everybody, I just appreciate these shows for the hard work they put into it. I just appreciate it for them, man. It's not easy. I don't know what the budget was. My God, I know they spent some money on this stuff, man.
So. Right. I'm gonna say this. All three of us pursuing acting and getting in, in the industry, it's so much inspiration that's going around. Like Snowfall, that's a good TV show. I talk about that all the time. The Mayans, that's another good TV show. Disney Plus and the things they doing with Marvel, and the Marvel films is coming out behind it, and then just all the other stuff that's been going on lately in entertainment. It motivates you big time. It really does. I was in my funk to where I was like, man, I don't feel like acting anymore. But after watching Snowfall, I was like,
that's man. Yeah.
Man,
you get back on it, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna tell you what else will motivate you as well too. Have y'all seen the everybody who's nominated for an Emmy?
Right.
Dude.
Right. Yeah.
Look, I'm talking about Black and proud, and I mean, of course, there's other people in other different, races that's up for Emmy who are well deserved. But I just love seeing our people on that, like just seeing that face and our skin color and do these roles, and not buffoonery type roles that have meaning, roles that mean something, man. I love that, man. And like from Morgan Freeman, of course, he's been there for a long, good minute. You got your Issa Raes, you got your Don Cheadles, you got some comedians up there. You got Dave Chappelle that's up there. It's so like the variety. That's just amazing and beautiful to watch, and I love it. So that's some motivation right there for you. So speaking of something else that I love, Miles of Treats. There's a friend that I have, and she goes by the name of Miles McZeal. She has her own business going on right now where she sells, well, there's a lot of good stuff. She does birthday cakes, she does weddings, and she does a couple other things as well too, other treats as well. So she says she has a website that will be up real soon. So Miles McZeal's Miles of Treats, get at her and trust me, you will not be disappointed. So get at her. She got something for you. So moving on and moving forward, Netflix, since we talk about movies, so we talk about films, we're going to talk about some video games for a little bit. Netflix. Video games. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know why I always say video. I got that from King of the Hill with Hank Hill. Give me that goddamn video game, Bobby. Don't mind.
Video game.
What's video game, bro?
I never liked the King of the Hill because Hank was just a diehard cowboy fan. I'm like, man, I want to see this shit.
God dang it, Bobby. God dang.
Damn Cowboys.
I'll tell you what, I sell propane accessories. The god dang video game, Bobby. But that's not that Chris, man. Netflix, man, they going all in, man. So this article right here, Mike brought it to our attention, man. So report that says Netflix wants to add video games within the next year.
Yeah, major plans to add video games is widely popular streaming service. To its widely popular streaming service. Those games could arrive on Netflix as soon as next year. But what kind of games should users expect? A Netflix job listing drawing pretty clear picture. With over 200 million paid subscribers worldwide, Netflix is absolutely behemoth. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to. They might have that old Sonic Hedgehog game, I guess.
Subscriptions about to go up.
Oh yeah, they about to go. How much is it for y'all?
I don't even check it. It's built into my cable.
Yeah, I haven't checked in a long time to see how much it is. It's probably $17 or something. I don't know. I don't know.
It's like 11 or 12.
No, I think it's 14. And that's without the HDMI, not HDMI, because you know they got the 4K quality, and that goes up.
Woo-hoo.
You know what? I'm finna check my account because ain't no telling.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Goddamn Netflix might hit you up. Yeah, $14.50. No, $14.15. That's how.
$14.15.
$14.15.
Woo!
$14.15.
That's how they get you. They start off low. They make a little money. They bring it on up.
That is true.
That's how they gonna do it.
That is how they do it too.
Because at first it was like what, $5? It was $8.
It was like $8, something like that. Yeah, when it first started off.
It was like $8.
They said, "Nah, we gotta make up for all the people that y'all stop sharing them accounts with everybody, so we can make up for this amount."
But if they got over 200 million paid subscribers worldwide, right? $14.50, majority of people pay, and bro, that's a lot of money.
They making their bread. I mean, you able to pay Dave Chappelle all them millions. They making their bread, bro. They making the cash.
Bread, for sure.
Then it's branding. It's branding too. It's merchandising. Then it's their own stuff that they put in the theaters. Like the Irishman went into the theater, so that was money from, and that was way before the pandemic too.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah, Netflix is holding it on. Yeah.
They are holding it down. We gonna hold it down. Sorry, man. I mean, it was 713 day, man. So I mean, hey, it was 713 day, and it was French Fry Day because they was French fries, Taco Tuesday, and Popeyes 2-piece Tuesday. So I mean, hey,
Popeyes got rid of their Cajun rice.
Say what?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Cajun rice no more.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, man.
Please stop talking about Popeyes. That'll make me get on this damn phone and press that button. That Uber Eats and DoorDash, that shit is addictive, man. That shit's like crack.
But you like, I live in a nice ritzy part of the town now, right? Where I grew up, you can't they don't have some of the stuff I had back when I grew up in the hood. You be like, I ain't about to drive out town for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know in your area it's like 40 or 50, probably more, almost 100 different choices. Because when I'm at work and I'm closer to downtown, it's like, God damn, this over there, that's over there, this over there, that's over there. When you stay in the Galleria area, it's like, God,
food, yeah.
It's food everywhere.
Food, man.
It's just food. It's food everywhere.
I'm telling you, man.
That's why I'm trying to work out, be better, because see how I picked up a lot of weight since I've been over here. Got to bring it back on down. Bring it back down.
Hey, man. Telling you, man. Speaking of food, since we're on that subject, it'll be a good place to go to get some extra treats and cookies and desserts. Cookies, cookies my way. You gotta get it. I mean, Chris, I know you trying to watch yourself. I'm trying to watch myself too. But these cookies right here, I mean, somebody might want to hit my friend up, Shay James Cook, and her IG is Shay James I Cook, SHAYJAMESI Cook. You know how to spell cook, right? COOK. Yes, you can. Called Cookies My Way. 9 flavors. Text to order. Number is 281-766-3363. Those cookies looking good, y'all. Y'all might want to hit them up, man. Trust me. She won't stare you wrong with them cookies.
Yeah.
So, as we move on and move forward, before we close out this here segment, man, y'all heard about that rant with T-Pain?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was he wrong though?
No.
I mean, he ain't said nothing that everybody ain't said before.
Nope.
He just, he ain't said nothing nobody just ain't said before.
We all have said the same thing. T-Pain didn't say anything wrong.
No.
He came from when he did the whole, what they call it?
Auto-tune?
Auto-tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he did the whole auto-tune thing, it was everybody else was doing auto-tune. So.
It's just one of those things with hip hop. Back in the day, of course, there was a lot more room for different types of artists to be in the forefront. So you didn't, and I think people kind of romanticize that era as far as when music was like that. But especially in hip hop, it's gotten real corporate, right? It's a business now. And so these companies, they're gonna push forward certain artists, because it's still a lot of creativity in hip hop and music, but with it being corporate, these companies, they got the money, they're gonna push those certain artists to the forefront because that's they know what sells. They know that's what's selling, so we're gonna put this type of artist in the forefront. And so that's why it seems like it's a lot more of the same music, but I think it's just because of the corporate aspect of hip hop and music. So.
Yeah. It's the business is getting involved in it a lot. Well, ain't a lot. They've been involved for years. When it came from the streets, it was just so original, and everybody had their own different take. Now it's like, no, this is sales. No, sound like this. No, because you will sound like that. No, you need to sound like this. You will sound like that. Because that person sound like that, and that person gets this and that and the third.
And I think that's why a lot more artists now, a lot more new artists you see are coming out independent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get away from that machine cog, but the machine cog is still there to push the certain artists they have under their belt. So.
Yeah, that's why they call those artists industry plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we just had Kibo on not too long ago talking about all this, like you're not sounding original, you doing the same thing, you cussing and everything. I'm not hearing the quality of your music, and now people starting to fall into that little gap right there, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So.
And Pimp C said it way before T-Pain said anything. He said there's no originality in these musics and these songs. He say there's no interludes. You remember interludes? Like the little funny interludes? They don't have those anymore. Pop Smoke in the beginning of his album, the new album Now Faith, which is I like it. He had an interlude. So they starting to come back, but Pimp C, he said the most. He said, oh, y'all selling dope. And 99% of y'all, he said 99% of y'all are lying in them songs.
I get confused on like, okay, is it a mixtape or is it gonna be an album? Because y'all push the mixtape just like an album now.
Like that song?
Yeah. You push these mixtapes just like they're like, wait, the mixtape is out now, the album, or they'd be like the album is out now. Like I thought it was the album. No, that was mixtape.
And I have listened to a lot of new school music, and they don't even do 3 verses anymore. Remember that?
Yeah.
The song used to be 3 verses. It's like 1 verse and a hard chorus. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
Yeah, new era. just enough. Or some people just make songs just enough to go viral on TikTok or, their social media, those viral
Yeah.
rappers as well. And so they make they change that way.
I mean,
Time will
some.
change.
I mean, some do that. I mean, there have been some new. Yeah, they go hard and they do all three. But for a minute, it was like one verse and done.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is it?
Like that's all y'all gonna do? Like I be tripping out with Kanye West sometimes. That like he has like this long intro. You drop a few bars or whatever, and then you have that long just hearing the beat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but then there are some times where I'm just like,
Bruh.
you got 7 full minutes on this song. I mean, come on now. Like it's so
Yeah.
yeah.
And shout out to the producers, because it be some producers out there that saved them songs, boy.
You right about that.
The producers be saving them songs. Hey, I mean, if you ever look at it now, back then we had Timberland, Neptunes, Dr. Dre, and that's it. Like from off the top of your head that like producer wise. Now there's so many some of the producers are more popular than the actual artists.
Yeah.
Yep, that is true. Very true, man. So speaking of just a little real quick, I know Britney Spears got her things going on with her. Her dad talking about how he ruined her life, and they're in the courts and they're battling for everything. So I don't know too much about it, but I heard that it's pretty deep and some scary, dark stuff that's going on, and that people were saying that her dad has been something else. So I want to look into that, see how that unfolds and what process with that. So um, all that and just wow, just wow. But I won't speak too much on it because I want to see the whole little thing, the whole fallout first, and then first. But it got some dark stuff that's going on from what they're saying. And speaking of somebody else that's in music or somewhat in music, Safari Samuels. And you heard about what's going on with him?
Yeah, I didn't dive in it too much because it's a whole cycle of relationship pain.
They're like that annoying couple that's always just y'all just stop, get off the phone. Just get just stay phones.
They got that Malcolm and Marie, probably 10 times worse than that.
No. See, Malcolm, 10 times worse than that. No.
Always arguing and stuff, like always going, what? Just stop. As
far as that same dude that said when he had a kid, he didn't realize how much hard work it would be.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro. I said, what the fuck?
These people oh man, the article says here on Yahoo News, Safari Sam is willing to take legal action against Erica Mena for destroying prized possessions. Like, my goodness, man. See, the reason why, okay, so let me read it real quick. So he accused his estranged wife, Erica Mena, of destroying some of his prized possessions, and he wants her penalized for it. According to TMZ, Samuels accused Mena of pouring bleach over his custom sneakers worth $30,000 and cutting the laces. Like, come on now, man. This is some childish shit. He also claimed that she poured paint into the exhaust pipes of 2 of his motorcycles and his 4th-wheeler motorbike, as well as all over the bikes. This is all reportedly took place 2 days after Mena filed for divorce from Samuels back in May. Samuels is not against taking legal action. It goes on and on and on. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because people, let me tell y'all something, man. Whatever happens. Y'all don't want to be together. Y'all don't, I mean, it is what it is. But don't sit up there and go through this whole little nuance, this whole little situations. You already got to go through divorce and wait for a year for it to be filed. You got to all this other drama. Try to keep it as civil as possible. Nobody got time for this mess. This is childish.
Keep your business out for social media, but that's just like me talking to this wall right here. That
like pretty much.
That ain't gonna happen. And stop destroying people. Shit, man. Damn.
Really, like
stop that.
Like it's 30. Like really, you really. taking
That's so childish, man. God damn.
I'm trying to reach the youth and tell them, like, look, y'all, don't go based off, don't stop looking at these reality shows and saying, yeah, I gotta get back at this person, get back at the, like, no, just be professional and civil as possible, because you're gonna put add some years to your life trying to get over on somebody or trying to hurt somebody in their life because you're trying to get back from the pain that took place.
Somebody in this country that destroyed someone's PS5, and their days are numbered. Their days is numbered. They are the walking dead right now. You don't even know.
I'm saying, man, like, just stop it. Get a hold of your emotions. Move on. Move forward. Ain't nobody got time for this mess. At the end of the day, you're gonna see later on your years. Why did I do that? Why did you? Sit your ass down. Go to church.
Yeah.
Just go to church.
Yeah.
Get your mind and your spirit right, man.
Exactly.
Man, see the dumb ass Martin, as my brother Martin would say, that's what dumb ass done.
Get your dumb ass down. Oh, all these damages, and now you gotta pay all that money. Now you gotta pay for court fees, lawyer fees, and you still dealing with the drama. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Still dealing with the drama.
I ain't got time for it. Like I said, everybody, my hair already gone. You want me to lose my mind too? I ain't got time for it. Man.
They live on social media like it's so crazy because she was in ICU with the with the newborn, and she's like throwing cryptic messages out there, and then on the flip side, here comes Safari. He's break down dancing in Jamaica. And them comments was eating his ass up because they go, the baby's in ICU.
Yeah.
She did. They had a newborn, and the newborn was born prematurely. And that's not what we laughing at. And shout out to, the baby has made it home. So made it home safe and sound. And
that's good.
Blessings to Erica Menda and their newborn. But that's not what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at the mere fact that Safari is out there breakdown dancing and doing this here in Jamaica, and she's like in ICU with the baby, and it's like, oh my God.
It's too much. See, that's what I'm saying. It's too much, man. You already got a newborn in your family. You already somewhat in the music business, I guess.
He's too damn old for that. Let's just say what it is.
He's just too old for that. Even if that was the case, and she said she didn't want you to be there or whatever, just don't post because it's gonna be the optics of it all.
Yes.
Right.
It's too much. It's too much, man. Stop it. Leave it alone. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Just Acting Up show. We got a special guest. We got a queen in the building, so we got to clap it in real quick for her. Thank you. Joining us, this is Mariah. I'm so sorry. And hello and good morning to you. Because we recording in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. And every time I say your name, Mariah, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Mariah.
Yeah, like
go back like you be surprised.
Yeah. How many times?
ODB line.
Yeah. How many times you hear that?
Of a lot. Not too much anymore, but a lot back in the day. Yeah.
For our generation, we're like, hey, I know about it. That's it.
Yeah, it's the millennials and up,
Yeah, that is us. So, like I said, thank you again, once again, for getting up out of your bed and, waking up and getting the crust out y'all for joining us.
You still have that raspy voice of the morning. That's how I have my coffee.
Oh, hey. Beer and all. Hey, I ain't picking a.
Me and you both.
Yes, ma'am. So, tell us about yourself, Mariah. I know you're in acting and you're actually actress.
Actress.
Yes.
I'm Mariah Baillie. I met James at Next Level Acting Studios. We took Shelley Black's class together. But I used to work in oil and gas, and I got very not happy with the environment, and I just felt like my life was wasting away. That's being like very over dramatic. So then I decided to do something that I love, which is acting. And luckily I met James. He's absolutely brilliant. And also was lucky enough to get signed on to an agency, and just all went on from there. Yeah.
That is awesome. I'm about to say, man, girl, keep talking good about it. Nah, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. I was just telling Mike and Chris is that and I'm happy that I met you as well too, and at the Andersons and Shelly's class, and when in that class, it's just some people that you can just know where you say some people might need like a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of work, but I can't remember. I think it was the second class, or I don't know what class it was, when I finally got a chance to meet you. And I think we worked the scene together, or just not only working that scene with you. When I took a step back and just saw you work the scene, I was like, she has it. And I was like, no joke, Mariah just has it. And it just, I was like, she's gonna be somebody in this. We already are somebody.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
No problem at all.
What was the thing that really made you say that you wanted to get into acting?
I mean, I grew up in acting. So like way back when I was younger, I was in dance. I was actually in the Nutcracker a few times. And then I went into musical theater. And then up until my 20s, I was in theater. And then I met my husband. And then just like took a break, and we were just trying to figure out life because we were just traveling around, and I lived in London for a little bit. And so when we got back, he was just like, just do something practical, just get something practical. That way, like if acting doesn't work out, you can fall back on something. And it took me 5 years to do a practical degree. And then after graduating, I got right into the oil and gas field, and I just took up my time, and I just hated it. Like something inside me was just like, I'm not happy with what I'm doing. And so I sat down with my husband, and I was just like, look, let me just give this one more try, and if it doesn't work out, then, oil and gas it is for me. But like, I just can't live my life knowing that I didn't try my best to, be in the career that I want to be in.
Right.
So.
I find it interesting when people say, this is it, I'm done, I want to move on to something else. Like they have a job, like a 9 to 5, and it's like, I want to go pursue my dream. So what was the straw that broke the camel's back that day?
So like the job that I had, it was very demanding. Right. And the group that I worked with, even though they were nice enough to help out when times got tough, it was still like I just felt like alone in my own little bubble. And I was just like crying almost every other day because I couldn't understand what I was doing, and just like bogged down with a lot of work. And I was just like, this just isn't it. Like this is, and I think I was so upset because I knew this is what I didn't want to do. Right. So you just always have that that little thought in the back of your mind, just being like, what if you just, give up all like the money, because the money is good in oil and gas, but it's just, it takes you a long time to get where you need to be in acting. And are you willing to put in that work? And a lot of people aren't, so that's why they continue with their 9 to 5s, because they just don't believe in their art and what they can become. But if you have that drive, it all works out.
Very well said.
Sorry, it's a ramble.
No, you're good.
You're good. No worries at all. I'm enjoying the conversation because I always hear about that too with oil and gas. Like it's very, like you said, demanding, and the hours, and it just weighs you down. And like what you said right there, like you crying like damn near every day. Then that's when you're like, nah, I can't do this, and that's it, that's a wrap. So I applaud you for making that transition into doing that, because I know it was hard for you and for your husband.
Thank you. Yeah, luckily he's supportive. That's supportive enough. Having that support system that like backs you up no matter what, that's a good thing to have too. So
that's very true. Go ahead, give a shout out to your husband, man. Give a shout out to the hubby, man.
Thank you, hubby.
Oh man, give a shout out to you.
I was a part of that oil and gas a very long time ago, and it was 7 days, 12 hours every day.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, that's no.
Did you like work on the rig or like outside or
outside with the pipes?
Oh Lord Jesus
Oh
Christ.
Lord Jesus.
Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fine. No, thank you, sir.
Yeah. My wife, she said if you continue that job, I was gonna be done with you.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
It takes up your life. That's no.
It really does.
I wasn't there that long at all. It didn't even
You're just like, no, this is not for me.
Not for me.
No.
So, Mariah, tell me, so who was that actress or actor? Who got you saying that, like, that who was your inspiration? Who were the ones that, your list of, like, who did it for you? Who made you, like, say, I would love to work with that person, or who just was your inspiration overall?
I mean, back in the day, I would say like Angela Bassett was one of my top favorites. Like, Jesus Christ, just seeing her reenact Tina Turner's life and what's love got to do with it. I don't think I could be able to do those kind of scenes. I'd be like,
yeah,
who are you? Get in my face like that.
Right. We fight around here.
Yeah, for real. Angela Bassett is one of them. Lupita Nyong'o, she's brilliant. Also Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, just to name a few. Like, just looking at Black queens of like where they were, like way back in the day, Taraji P. Henson and all that, and just like seeing the kind of movies that they're in now, like Marvel Universe, and being the lead in TV shows, it's like absolutely amazing to, see them grow. So yeah, but just watching them on screen really helped me want to get into film.
When you take on new roles, like what's your process? Like, how do you approach new characters and new roles?
Well, I had one approach, which was just reading the script. And after a little bit of training, I try to read the script once just to get my head inside of what the story is about. And then I go down to, because I want to know who all the characters are, like what's their life like. So I kind of try to make a background of maybe what their life is like. And if there are actors that I know that are playing those characters, I'd be like, okay, well, what do you have that in your head? That way, like when I make up my character background, especially if they have a relationship with the character that I'm portraying or playing, I can be able to kind of maybe write like a how they grew up, what kind of life they live now, why in this moment is she so upset, or why is she happy, and all these other different emotions that the character is bringing. So sitting down like for a day and just like shutting yourself in, not like the whole day, but like maybe like 2 hours, just to sit down and break down that character bit by bit, it helps out a lot to tap into like just shutting yourself off and then saying like, I need to say these words in a way that like gets to people.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that the fun part for you? What's the fun part for you with that? Do you have fun doing that too? I mean, I know.
I don't. I don't like making up people's lives because I'm not used to it though. Because like when I started, I feel like with theater, you knew kind of the role that you were playing because these plays have been around for so long that you're just like, okay, I know this character. Like I know how everybody sees them on stage. So you don't really have to dig in that much. But if you're actually, playing someone else's character in a film that nobody knows, it's a whole nother ball game,
It is another beast with that. And which I agree. I have fun with it, but then there are sometimes I'm like, if I had hair, I would pull it out. So I just pull it out. I'm like, oh my God. So I completely understand that right there.
Chris, what's your what do you do? Like with your the question goes back to you. I mean, how do you
questions that
get
the questions? The interview is now the interviewee.
My, how the tables have turned. I'm fairly new to the acting space. And so I haven't really had much practice in doing it, but I just read scripts. I'll do my own voices. I got a lot of voices in these head because I write a lot.
Oh, okay.
And so I have a huge imagination. And so I just have my visual on how I see the characters, and I just portray them how they come in my head.
That's a good thing about being a writer, though. Like, people who are writers, I feel like you could really get in tune with the character a little bit more because you have that imagination going in your mind. Whereas it's like an actor is kind of just like, here's a script. Like, I know I'm not good at writing. So like, my process would probably be different, but because you have that background, that really would help you out a lot.
Right. So I'm not talking to myself. I'm just get my idea together.
For sure.
When I was getting ready to do this scene for the O'Shea project, I was so caught on the lines, like what there was saying word by word. And they said, well, you don't have to say those words like that. I'm like, well, why is it written on paper if you want me to not say it? Because I didn't want to. I don't have to say, I can get the idea of what you want me to say, but it's not going to come out like that. It's going to come out in my own words, in my own, my own expression. And one time I asked the writer, I say, would you be offended? Just like, no, I'm not. I wouldn't be offended if you say something different than what's on paper. So they changed it up because it some wording didn't sound right coming, because it's like nobody don't say it like that, like nobody adds this word into this when you're feeling hurt. So I think that was the biggest hang up that I had, because this is what's written on paper, so this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Very true.
You see those little grammatical errors and you're just like, that don't belong. I don't want to say that. or you say like, or beats, like when you read a script and somebody's like beat, and you're just like, does it really need that much of a pause in between of what I'm trying to say, especially in this moment? I feel like maybe not, maybe but that's where the talent comes in, right? You say like, well, maybe the writer did it this way, but let me just do it this way. Like if you go into an audition, you read that script and you're just like, that doesn't feel right. Okay, so I'm going to go on audition and do it the way I want to do it. And the casting director and maybe the director and the writer in the room, and they're saying like, well, that little bit right here, and what they're talking about. Can you just try to add that beat in? And then you're just going to do it for them. That way, when they look at those tapes, they'll be like, okay, yeah, maybe it looked a little bit better the way he did it that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because the words have to comfort you. It has to fit you, and it was a lot of it that didn't fit. So when they told me, they said, well, it wasn't a lot, but it just, some words didn't fit me. So when they said, oh, just, you can change that, I said, okay, well then, if you give me the green light, then I'll do it, Then it was a lot of emotions. I had to cry, for real.
Real tears. Real tears.
That's hard.
It is. Man, so Mariah, tell me about because I know, like you were saying, you're with Pastorini Bosby, acting agency. So tell me about that process right there, how you got that going.
So our mutual acting coach, Shelly Black, I did a few more like private classes with her. And I was actually telling her, because like my husband and I, we were planning on moving back to the UK.
Yeah.
And so I was telling her, I was like, well, maybe I should just go back to school for acting, because I mean, it's fun doing, these little classes here, but maybe I'll be a little bit better to break out in the industry in London. And she was just like, no. She was like, just try to find an agency and audition. And I was like, but I don't have any credits to my name, so like that's not going to really work out. And so I worked with her for about like a good month or so. And then she was just like, let's just do a demo. I'll send it over to them. They may say yes, they may say no. And and so I did like 2 monologues, one like a funny monologue and another dramatic one. And I think the dramatic one really got me got me into it because literally I had her crying behind the camera after I was done. Like that's how intense it was. And yeah, and so I think like a month later they called me and they were just like, yeah, we want to sign you. So yeah.
So
That's beautiful.
It was really fun.
What's your favorite genre to act in? Comedy, horror,
Ooh,
action?
I like comedy. I'm a comedy kind of lady, but I do like drama too. It's nice to tap into like a very serious. I think because sometimes I have a resting bitch face, so it kind of helps too. It kind of helps when sometimes like, ooh, she looks angry, you know. But I do like comedy. I do like drama. I would love to be in an action film. That's like Jesus Christ. If I could do that, I'll just retire happy.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. I think so. Dramedy will be yours.
Drama.
Yeah, I think that's what they call it. Dramedy with the drama and the comedy.
Like Love Actually, like you know the movies that has like 25 different characters. And
that would be. I can see that.
Some kind of like, yeah.
What about a horror film?
No.
Do that?
No. I would probably good in a horror film because like I scare easily. So like if somebody tells me that like somebody's gonna jump out of a closet, I'll like at this time, and then they don't do it at that time, but they do it later. I'll be like, like that actual will be like real. That will be a real emotion. Yeah.
So I take it you don't like scary movies.
No, sir. I don't look at scary movies. No. The best I can do is Nightmare on Elm Street, and that's just about it. Yes.
Oldie but a goodie. So that is funny. So no to scary movies. Is it just the thought of just being scared, or the gore, or just it's the thought of being scared? I'm guessing.
I just don't think I would watch it. You know, like I mean, okay, a thriller maybe. Like a thriller I can do because that kind of it's like a mind game too. But like just like actually like slaughter horror. Yeah. You know, like the black person always dies first. So I'm not gonna last in the movie long, right? I may have like 10 minutes in that movie. You know what I mean?
But they lasting longer now. They lasting longer.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are.
If Jordan Peele calls me to be in a scary movie, I'll do that.
Me and you both.
The only scary thing I'll be in.
Right. You know you have a chance of survival. That is too funny.
For sure.
What about do you have any plans to do anything behind the camera?
I mean, I like editing and I like understanding like the sound mixing bit. Like after it's done, like how to produce a film, I would totally love to do that. But like camera work and all that, probably not. And writing, probably not, because I just don't feel like I have that kind of creative talent, you know, to write something. But definitely like with editing and mixing, I would definitely love to learn how to do that.
Yeah. Nice. Couple more questions. We're gonna get you out of here because I know you're a busy woman. So we know that you sang. You not sing, but sang with the A in it. Beautiful, very lovely voice as well.
Thank you.
I enjoy hearing. I'm like when I heard, because I didn't know, because like you know you just acting, and then when I heard, I think you posted something. I looked and I was like, oh, she can sing. Like wait.
It was during quarantine. Quarantine made me sing.
Really?
Sing again. Yeah, I bought out the singing because there was nothing else to do. Just saying all these little things.
That's what this quarantine, man. You just find something to do to keep your mind occupied and just keeps from being sane. So, oh my
I think everybody's a singer. I didn't know that James was a singer until like
2 weeks ago.
It was like 2 weeks ago. He just bust out, start to sing.
I was like,
like, where did this come from?
Everybody getting those hidden talents coming out.
Them hidden oh my gosh, that's so funny. Sure. So thank you, appreciate it. It was man, it was the what's the name? One of the other, when I was doing Deke Anderson's acting school,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing another acting school with it. John Lanch, Mike knows about John Lanch.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so he was saying, whatever you can do, just do it in front of the camera. And they told me to do, he just said, just, you can, do this, do whatever. And so everybody was going in there saying like, for example, McDonald's, their old commercial. And they were saying, yeah, say this in a commercial way. Or, like you're presenting, hey, try to, McDonald's, Big Mac or whatever. And so I went in there and he just said, okay, just do whatever. And I was like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. And so everybody was in the hallway. And so, when you in the audition, you just focus. And so when I walked out, everybody looked at me like, oh, so you ain't gonna tell us you can? I'm like, I just, hey.
The runs, that vibrato. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. Some songs I can. Some songs like, yeah, don't mess with that no more. So
Know your limits.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, know your limits, because some people be going off the deep end with them runs and I'll be like, okay. Miss Lady over here. Try to reach that high note and you can't, and because your vocal cords are telling you no, ma'am.
Yes. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Yes, for sure.
I was gonna say we like to pave the way by paving it forward, and I was gonna just ask. I always ask, I guess, what is just some advice you would give somebody that's either new to acting like myself or someone that's interested in possibly getting into it? What piece of advice would you give them?
I would say practice makes perfect. I mean, a lot, and believe in yourself and invest in yourself as well, because a lot of people think that maybe, I'm just going to be lucky with finding something, or in acting, it doesn't happen like that. Like, I've learned from even having an agent that just having an agent doesn't really mean anything. Like, you still won't get that job just because you're signed to something that somebody knows. So like, if you invest in yourself and get all the work that you need, learn all the things that you could possibly know. So when you get into that audition room, when you leave out, you would say like, yeah, I know I got that. I killed it.
Leave it out.
Yeah, because just learning from Shelly or from Deke, from all my coaches that I've ever had, that really helped me out in the casting room, for sure. If I didn't learn from them, like, I remember the first time I went to audition for in front of all these theater people at stages. It's called like the Alliance auditions. And it happens once a year, and you audition in front of all these theater companies in Houston. I had no training. I was like, I'm just gonna get back in acting. My skills are just gonna be so dope. Blah, blah, blah. I bombed that audition. Like, I looked like a fool. And then after that, like, with my tail tucked between my legs coming out, I was just like, no, I need help. And so like, I know some people say like, oh, well, this class is so expensive, this class is that expensive, and all stuff like that. But the money will be worth it. Yeah. Because you got to think about the acting gigs that you get. You mean, you could be getting $200 a day. That's like 6 weeks worth of classes right there, so.
Investing in yourself.
I hope that helped. I'm sorry.
No, that helps.
Yeah, it helps big time.
Yeah.
It does.
For sure. Yeah, you gotta invest in yourself and believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, I mean, you're not gonna get that far. And I mean, in this world, you get rejected a lot. So like, don't let that really get into your head, because like, if one day you're gonna get something, a lot of no's equals one yes. That's another good piece of advice as well.
Yeah,
a lot of no's equal one yes.
Yep, I always feel like you didn't get enough no's yet before you get yes.
Mm-hmm. For every like 10, 20 no's, you get that one yes, and that will make
that one
like
yes
a world of a difference. Yeah, for sure.
Drop them gems, sis. Drop them gems.
Thank you.
We greatly appreciate you for your time and everything.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Like, I know it's hard getting out that bed. Like I said, the bed will pimp you if you let it.
Oh, I just rolled.
Just rolled.
Yeah.
Rolled over, put some mascara on, got me a coffee. I was just like, okay,
let's go. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And I hope to work with all of you one day. It'll be really awesome.
We
I'm
will.
sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I have fun on set. We all have fun on set, so I'm looking forward to it. So before we let you go, do you have any any recordings, any commercials, anything you done, anything like that?
I previously did a commercial that has not come out yet. So I think I filmed it back in like the last part of June, but it may take a while. But if you follow Pastorini Bosby, all their talent stuff, like they'll upload it on their Instagram on Pastorini Bosby, and I'll probably put it on my Instagram as well. But I filmed a short called Sunday Dinner with Dante Gray, and that will be coming out August 27th. So hopefully it'll come out August 27th. It was supposed to come out in July, but I think he kind of pushed it a little bit more. But I'm in the first episode. I'll be the real Chantel Marie. I'm playing an Instagrammer, and she is not too nice. But yeah,
gotcha.
Those are like the biggest projects that I've just finished. So hopefully you guys will see me.
We will. I'm looking forward to it.
Can you tell people where we can follow you, or where they can follow you on Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram, Mariah Baillie 1 is one of them, and then only Mariah B for my singing page. I think it's only Mariah B. I probably should have wrote this down.
It's all good.
I probably should have wrote this down. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's like only Mariah B for the singing one, and only has like 2 Y's because somebody else took that. And then Mariah Baillie 1 is my personal, like you can see all my nice little glamour pictures or whatever. Gotcha. But I'm really posting on the Mariah Baillie 1. Yeah.
Okay. Mariah, once again, you have been a joy like always. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Just Acting Up show proudly brings to you who's been acting like an ass. Chris.
Today I'm gonna go over to Louisiana, to Lafayette to be specific. You may have seen a story about it was a viral video about a man who made the decision while there was a 10-car pileup on I-10, and he was tired of waiting all the hours for that to get cleaned up. He decided to take a dip in the river, and he jumped off the bridge.
Oh hell no!
He jumped off the bridge and into the excuse me, I'll mispronounce it, Atchafalaya River. Ooh, say that 10 times fast. He jumped off into the river. Said he got the idea while being stranded in traffic. And he said when he hit the water, his shoulder went up, and he kind of hurt his shoulder. And it was a strong draft, so to speak, a current. It was a strong current. So he had a tough time kind of swimming. And it was actually like an hour-long search for him. His friend was filming the whole thing. I think it took them he said he stayed in the water for about 2.5 to 3 hours. They was looking for him. He thought he was gonna die, but he said God saved him. He said eventually he found himself on land, and then he was looking for help. And then he found somebody's, I guess, ATV or something, and he got on there and went looking for assistance. And when he got back, the police, was ready to put him in handcuffs, and heard the officers come up to him with the guns and everything. And since he hurt his shoulder from the fall, so pretty much he was charged with criminal mischief and criminal trespassing, and it was just a bad decision altogether.
It was a horrible. How stupid can you be? Like, he most definitely made history today.
I love people from Louisiana.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, man.
They're my people.
How you get so? We all have angry people moments sitting in traffic, but who in a right freaking mind said, "Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let me just jump out of my car and jump into the water"?
It's kind of like he got so mad. Have you ever got so mad to where you just throw some shit down and then you pick it back up by cussing? You cuss it off. Fuck it. Shit. It's like you just threw all that shit down because you was mad, and then you gotta pick it right back up. Then you try to place it right, and then it falls again.
Goddamn.
After you try to place it right, then it falls again, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. What would possess you to do something like that? And then from that height, I think I saw that. Yeah, I think I did see that video.
I did see that. Yeah, I seen that.
I didn't know all that happened with it. And then you dislocated your damn shoulder. So, and then the police, then you get arrested afterwards. So you got all types of problems. All you have to do is just sit there and wait. Just sit there and wait. Be patient.
I mean,
That's it.
It was just like, and then not to know that, like, yeah, it may look cool on the movies and all that, but no, like, he hurt his shoulder. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jumping in the water. Like, he wasn't ready for the impact. And then the current. You thought you were just going to get in there and jump in and swim. And you are not whatever action hero you was watching earlier that day.
No, at all. That, like people said, like hitting that water is like from that height is like hitting the pavement. You have not been trained to do that. There are stunt trainers that go through that to learn how to impact the water, or they can CGI and make it look like this.
Yeah, CGI is always great.
Yeah. I'm good. I didn't dislocate my shoulder at all. Asshole.
He jumped for a long fucking time.
Oh, you see the story?
I seen it.
And they're surprised that his shoulder got hurt, and not knowing what current. Like, it's hard to swim against the current.
That's scary, bro.
Even the most trained professionals, because on top the current can go one way, and underneath it'll go one way. So that's how people drown, because they'll be fighting that current, and you got to really just go with it. But if it's two different ones, like, yeah, but that's a whole nother.
That is scary, man.
With a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah. Like, who make no damn sense. I hate these motherfuckers.
Oh, man. He was from the Mount Caucasus, I can tell you that.
Oh, my gosh. People from Louisiana. They said that in the what's name on the radio show.
Yeah.
Me and Mike they said people from Louisiana. Mike said, you know what?
He's a little less melanated than me.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So all right, I'm gonna do this toss.
And hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
You didn't know if they could have been alligators in that water, in that river. They in Louisiana now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, God was with that man.
It could have been alligators. It could be anything in there. Ate them on. He was in there for hours.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't have found nothing.
Telling you, we didn't get a shirt like that.
Water too. Okay,
we didn't get a shirt like that made and have Mike say God was with you that day, and just put on the back of the shirt, put the list of people that have been acting.
Shout out to the first responders, cause I know they get tired of these dumb boy. Hey, Mr. Tolliver, we gotta go save somebody from the river. What happened? He just jumped. I'll be like, man, I'll get there when I get there.
Man, dude, I'm telling you, man. What if you a firefighter or a police officer and you live in the neighborhood? People just know that what you do. Yeah, go over to Mr. Tolliver or Mr. Chapman's house. They know how to save people's lives. And you like, I ain't going over there.
I'll meet them at the door. What?
You got that channel your nose.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit him with that 5 heartbeats. My work hours are from 9. Anything outside of that, you don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was funny. Then he reiterated it to him after he beat him up. And he had his hair. He said, "My work hours." You got that.
95.
He felt that in his spirit. As soon as he had a chance, though, he He was ready to put him under the bus.
That boy said, "Fuck you." He see how he was from at the beginning. He was, "I want my money. Fuck your office hours, nigga. I want my money now." Like, all right, the boy hit that backhand. The boy throw his ass.
Make it change. He changed his perspective. See, you know, the perspectives change when you're hanging over a balcony. Nobody not. Go ahead, put me on up.
Let him on. You know it's serious when your voice get high pitched. When a grown man's voice get high pitched like that, and it hit that note it's not supposed to hit.
Yeah.
Let me up.
Oh, I'm gonna watch the 5 heartbeats.
We learned something today. Let me up. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so my other story, a naked woman got stuck between 2 buildings.
Oh, hell no.
She got wedged between 2 buildings on Tuesday, prompting a bizarre 2-hour emergency rescue. The unidentified woman is seen in the news footage lying on the ground, squeezed into a space about 8 inches wide between industrial buildings in the city, in a certain city. Only the woman's skin, back tattoos, and shoes are visible from above, looking down into the tight space below. But it isn't clear how long she was trapped or how she even ended up in the tight spot. And even police authorities said they wasn't 100% sure how she got there. And right now, that's all a mystery to everybody. The rescuers, they received the call around 2 p.m. after workers in the building heard panic calls for help. And at first, no one was sure what was going on. She kept screaming and screaming and screaming. And then one of the owners of the buildings said his workers eventually looked between the buildings and saw her. They called the police. The police came out. And we got on the roof, they said, and they saw the lady upside down naked. So the videos that was posted on social media said the fire authorities said the rescuers inside of one of the buildings had to cut a hole through a thick concrete just to get to her to a tough access gap outside. The fire personnel that was outside they had to keep an eye on the woman while fans had to ventilate the airspace between the buildings. I just don't know how she even got in this situation. After a cautious and technical operation, firefighters have got the victim out. Paramedics said they'll be assessing her, and they'll of course be questioning on how she got there. That happened where y'all think that happened at? One.
She must have been on some good.
I want to say Florida so bad.
No, that's in Santa Ana, California.
I was going to say California. Damn, I should have stuck with my first mind. I was going to say Los Angeles. I wasn't going to say California.
Oh, man.
I'm just trying to figure out, how do you get stuck between 2 concrete buildings? The buildings
upside down.
Yeah, like what were you doing? Like, was it a dare?
That must have been some really, really good drugs. Must have been on a real good acid trip to do something like that. Dude. Yeah. And then you naked.
Naked.
Yeah.
Probably got ants crawling all around the building.
Ooh. Yeah, that sounds like something from California.
And then I know it got hot too. So I know they you just
probably got a nice good tan, and then that concrete get hot.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, you cooking. You stuck. You stuck. You naked. You probably on some good drugs that some bugs probably got on your ass. Then people have to drill a big old hole.
They have to destroy the building, bring damage to the building just to rescue you. So I'm like, how did you even get there?
They gonna charge her.
Oh, they got. I was just finna say they finna hit her. They finna slide a bill on her ass.
Go ahead, take care of that for the player.
Like, what were you doing?
Some good ass drugs.
Maybe she was getting busy with one of the workers, right? And she got stuck in a certain position, and then he's like, "I'm gonna be right back."
Ooh.
He probably came back like, "Oh snap!" All these people, like,
Oh man, that's a story for you right there, man. I had some good drugs. I got drunk. I was about to get down with somebody, but then I got stuck right there, and they forgot to come get me, or she forgot to come get me.
She ain't have enough baby oil. Maybe she needed more baby oil on her body.
Probably so. We'll just wiggle on out.
Po thing.
Oh baby, bless her.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
They most definitely made history today.
Hey, but you know what? She's alive, so.
Yeah, I mean, at least they both alive. I mean,
yeah, they both alive.
I mean, at least you can
This is
say
one of those
that.
days.
This man.
They probably had one of those days of work, man. You didn't see fires, you didn't see all kind of crazy stuff on the job. You don't expect to see a naked woman between buildings. Like,
No, I was like, that's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, just stuck in between buildings.
Yeah.
That's all.
You just walk by, you on your phone. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna get the milk and what the fuck? Like,
I couldn't be a firefighter because
No.
because to be honest, I'm just gonna criticize the whole process. How did you get here?
Mike gonna be talking shit the whole way through. Yo, dumbass.
Yeah.
Why the hell you get through these boats?
She gonna be, shut up. You weren't saying that shit with your ass. You shut your ass up.
Mike gonna be talking smack the whole way through while he's saving you, man. You shut up with all that hollering, I get you out.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Goddamn sense. Or this whole building.
Because when you get to work, you expect the easy day. Don't nobody come to work and be like, man, I want everything to be hard today. No, you come to work to expect an easy transition from start to finish. You don't expect to do that. Now, man, I gotta go grab all this shit. I gotta cut this. I gotta cut that. I gotta lube you up with oil to see if I can slide you out. Oh man.
Please. Oh my
bullshit.
Straight up. Ladies and gentlemen, next segment, we're about to get into the balancing act, pay our respects, give some roses out, talk about mental health. Stay locked in to the Just Acting Up show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Balancing Act. Like I said, this is the segment in our show where we focus on mental health and where we focus on giving flowers and roses out to people who have passed away or people that are still alive today that are just setting the game up. They're just doing everything that you can't do nothing but notice the great things that they're doing. So first and foremost, before I get into I do this toss up to tell everyone about this a friend's business of mine. I want to give a good quick shout out to late great rapper Biz Markie, who recently passed away. Sad news. We all know that before this news broke yesterday, a week or so before, people were firing off on social media saying that he passed away. No, the man was in hospice. He was trying to get better. He was trying to, pretty much the family was tending to him. And then, people on social media, we're so quick to we want to be first. Me, Mike, and Chris, Just Acting Up show, we always talk about that everybody just want to be first when they get some news and say, hey, this person passed away, or hey, this is coming out, or this is going on. So we got to learn how to slow down and get the facts straight before we release out that news, because we don't want to put any negative energy into the world. So I want to talk about social media. Is pretty much what I'm saying, is that we all like to get on social media. We all like to get on there, and we post the highs, and then we post, but then people want to put out the first business and post the lows. And then there are some deep, dark stuff that we post on the web. But then there are also times when somebody is passing away or trying to get better, and we're just so quick to just post something. So this right here is sad and heartbreaking news. He passed away at the age of 57. He was an innovative and yet probably goofy rapper. But, hey, man, he got them bars, and he does beatbox. Biz Markie was one of the founders and one of the people who set the tone for many other rappers that are out. And very cool, great guy. Of course, I haven't met him, but of course, everybody talks about you well when you pass on. But I heard nothing but good things about Biz Markie while he was here on this earth. So shout out to Biz Markie. We're gonna miss you, King. Rest in power forever and ever, man. Thank you for paving the way for many other multiple artists that are out here today in this world. So yeah. Also, we haven't really spoken about mental health for quite some time, and we do try our best to find articles, positive articles about people that are struggling with mental health, and they continue to press on and move forward. They do still seek to get help with what is troubling them with their ailments or with what's holding them back physically or mentally. And they rise above it. And it's very inspiring, very motivational. And we also have somebody, a business that I came across, who helps out in somewhere in that line of work. So a friend of mine goes by the name of Janija Walls. She has a life coaching services. It's called Walls Within Life Coaching Services. And so you can find that on Facebook. And great person, great all around great person. And she's speaking from the heart. She's sincere with it. When you talk to with people who are dealing with some things in life, you want to talk to somebody who has a sincere heart, who has your best interest, who wants to help you get to that next level. And she is it. She's legit. So she has on her social media, on Facebook, one of the postings says, "What is a life coach? Why do you need one? Is it less expensive than a counselor? Are you more personal and reachable? If you have all these questions, contact me today. The number is 832-352-5959. So you can speak to Janija about her life Walls Within Life Coaching Services. And she also is a IDC phlebotomy learning center as well, that you can talk to and reach her out for that as well. So get at Janija with that number that I just left you, and tell her that the Just Acting Up Show sent you, and you can talk to her about all that and then more. So you got anything, gentlemen, for this segment?
No, just with everything that's going on in the world, life happens, man. And I know pressures can be a lot, business, personal, things can change in the blink of an eye without you even knowing. And so it's good to have someone to talk to vent to, because the world don't have your best interest at heart, or the world don't, they'll be here one day, gone the next. So just definitely being able to have someone to vent and not keep that all in, I think that's needed for everybody. So
just you gotta take some time out for yourself and your mental, and it don't matter. Nobody should be able to rush your process. Your process is your process. It doesn't matter how long it takes, and you just gotta protect yourself, because it's harmful for your body. It's very harmful for your body, and the long-term effects is very. There's a lot of diseases that come with stress,
right.
And so
At the end of the day, just like everybody look out for themselves, you got to look out for yourself and take care of numero uno.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree. Well said, gentlemen. Well said. Clap it on in. Great show. Want to give a great quick shout out to Mariah. Mariah. Go back like baby the pacifier. Hey man, I can't help it. It's just automatic. I'm sorry, Mariah, but thank you, Queen, for joining us today, and dropping some gems as well. Another great show in the books. Shout out to everyone that to watch our show and continue to share our show. Shout out to y'all. Y'all awesome. It's free 99.
99. What's better than that?
Like and subscribe. Subscribe and like. Click that bell.
Yes. We are on Spotify. We're on Pandora, iHeartRadio. We're on Twitter. We're on Twitter. I know you just can't say Twitter like you did Twitter.
Twits.
Get your tweets. And we're on Facebook. We're on IG. We're also on YouTube. That's where you're watching the show at. Like Mike said, like my compadre said, the little bell button is right here somewhere.
It's right there in that area. Bing, boom. Yeah. That's it. Like and subscribe. And like.
And leave a comment. And shout out to the person who let me see, what was that person who? Shout out to the person who told us about the fire alarm, change the fire alarm.
Yeah. Shout out to that's me. That right there.
Let me see. Oh my gosh. Shout out to that person real quick. Let me see if I can find that person's name. before we move on and move forward. So thank you for tuning in and watching our show. We greatly appreciate you. Remember to tell your friends about us and to like and subscribe as well since you're watching our show. And since you like to, tell us, give us some tips and worry about our own well-being, I greatly appreciate that. We all greatly appreciate that. And let me see, the person's name is Luis M.G. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis.
Appreciate you, Luis.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to get that done as soon as this is over. I'm going to go to Family Dollar and get some.
Oh man. And with that being said, also shout out to Molly Berg for putting me on this nice little place here called the Donut Junkie Mini Donut Vendor. Thank you so much, Molly, for that. She's so awesome. Thank you, Molly. Greatly appreciate it. I met her on the through a acting workshop that I was a part of, and it was a great acting workshop with Crystal Martinez, OCG acting workshop. So shout out to them as well too. Donut Junkie, and pretty much that's the IG for Donut Junkie is DONUT, it's lowercase, DOUNT_junkie, junkie spell for all you cannot spell. Get my spelling bee on. JUNKIE. So donut_junkie. You can check them out for all your donut needs, and they look very, very tasty. I haven't had them yet, but they look very, very tasty, nutritious, and delicious. And I will be talking to them real, real soon. So shout out to them as well, too. So with that being said, gentlemen, y'all have anything?
Hey, just remember, the days that break you are the days that make you. A little word of inspiration.
Message.
That's right. Yes. That is absolutely correct. Get your rest, drink plenty of water, stay out of other people's business.
Really stay out. Oh my God. Y'all stay out of people's business. Please stay out.
Stay out of other people's business.
Stay. Yeah. So we gotta get some shirts made, man. To stop investing, getting crawfish and crab legs and God was with you that day.
I know, right?
We'll get some shirts. We'll get some shirts made.
Once they sit your dumb ass down.
We're gonna get some shirts made, man. So y'all be on the lookout for that. We're gonna get some merch taken care of. And Mike also has a friend who has a clothing as well.
Oh yeah, shout out to Chris ETN, Dogface Clothing Line. Yeah, man, check them out. Good brands. He got good tees. He got dad hats, and last time I checked, he said he's gonna get some fitness wear too. So be on the lookout for that. Dogface Clothing Line.
Nice. We just dropping these gems and these businesses. Don't forget to also check out Queen's Touch Business, all your detail cleaning needs on IG. So all that. So with that being said, y'all have a good one. Be safe out there. Stay out of other people's business.